mortgage a couple of years ago, let's say you were buying a house during the pandemic. We are still in one, but back then, during a pandemic, the start of it, all right? You're looking at a mortgage rate of 2% or so, or even 3%. Why is that? Because at that moment, there was so much uncertainty in the market that they didn't know if everything was just done for and we're just going to enter a huge apocalypse, everything. So there was a huge scramble of like, let me just try to get rid of stuff now. We don't know what may happen next. People were fortunate to have a mortgage of 2.75, okay? Purchasing a house of 400K. At that point, depending on what it is, and then you add your PMI, etc., you may be looking at paying like a down payment, depending on how you negotiate, like 1K or $800 or depending on what it is, 700, 1.5, what it is. Now, the same house currently has a mortgage of almost 10%, okay? The same house at 400K. And that is the minimum that we're looking at right now. So it's almost an 87.5% increase on the same house. Now, let's not ignore this 400K house because the market is hot and people are trying to sell a lot of houses with these high interest rates. This same 400K house, this right here, is sitting at 600K. So you already have almost double increase on the same house with even quadruple the amount of interest rates. Let me ask you guys then a question. Is this something you should care about if you were purchasing a house? Is this something that you should care about? A house was 400K before, and why? Now it's 600K. You're looking at a down payment of almost 50 to 70K. And on top of that, you still have to pay your monthly mortgage of around 6K then. Joanne, why should you care about it? Or Chino, why should you care? Or do you even think this is the time, Joanne or Chino, you should be getting into purchasing these homes? Or you should probably wait?
No, you should wait.
Why should you wait, Joanne?
Because your monthly payment is going to be higher.
Way higher. And if you really deep it, you may even be ending up spending more money purchasing that house and your mortgage rates. Even trying to refinance later is just insane. Because at the end of the day, you're still not going to get this right here, right now. You're still not going to get this. So if the house does not have legs and it's going to walk, you just wait for them to slash interest rates and you lock in a rate if you're not in a hurry. However, there's some people that have specific deals with the banks. Let's say you're a huge governing body. Obviously, you can cut deals. Obviously, you can cut deals then. But unless you're that big in the real estate market and certain banks know you and they can cut specific deals, go ahead and purchase. But right now, it's the time that maybe you should wait a little, restructure, reorganize. As long as you can still pay your mortgage, no, as long as you can still pay your rent, you can hold off from paying that 6K mortgage for right now, okay? Hold off until level of monopoly restructures too. Then you see what we have coming up. Is anyone confused on why you should wait specifically on a mortgage?
I'm not confused, but one of the things I was thinking about is that if you wait, prices normally just go up, but you can always refi later when interest come down, right?
That's actually an excellent point that you bring up, Keith. But think of yourself like a bank. If I come to you, Keith, right, and I'm telling you, hey, Keith, I want to borrow 600K, and you tell me, all right, interest is 10%. And I'm like, okay, cool. But then later on, as interest rates come down, I try to renegotiate. You're obviously not going to renegotiate with me until 2%, are you? You'll probably cut me some slack and give me like 6 or 8%, but not that down low.
Right.
So that's another reason why you're like, even if I refinance later, is this really the time I should be purchasing? So refinancing is always an option. That's still there.
Yeah, I was just concerned that fact, like if you wait, it's like the amount of money you probably save by refinancing later and versus waiting till later to buy a house, it almost kind of like balance itself out because prices are never going to change, but interest rate will.
If prices won't change, let's say a house right now is going for 600,000. This is just an example, right?
Right.
And the same house, you wait only if you can wait. I'm not saying everyone should wait, but let's say you have the capabilities to wait, okay? And you're not in any rush. The same house you can get, like if you wait maybe next year, the end of next year, that's when I personally think interest rates will come down, end of next year, because I don't think we're done yet. I think the worst is yet to come, to be honest. And around next year, I'll get the same house for around 500K. It's stocking 100K off. And if it's not 10%, I'll take it down low to like 7 or even 6.5%. That's still better than getting locked in right now with a high mortgage rate that I still have to pay those high prices until I can refinance.
Understood.
Okay. I was gonna say, does it make better sense now? But that was an excellent question, Keith. That was an excellent question. So other kinds. So we're not just thinking about specifically only housing. Let's say you're trying to purchase a new car. I don't know if has anyone been in the car market right now or is trying to buy a new car. Has anyone tried to go to a bond and be like, I want to purchase this new car? Anyone at all? Chris should probably chime in right now, because this is Chris and Martin's sector too.